Okay, hi guys, good night and welcome to Raw and Uncut. I'm Louis Hart and of course I'm here with Dra and my son Lee. You turn your right way this time. It's very.
I was advertising the hat last time.
I know you was just teaching you. All right. So we have the next hour. So we're gonna be talking shit, having fun. We're gonna be taking on all the topics that we that's in the headlines. Our guest tonight is Isoke Edwards. She's a yoga instructor. She specializes in feminine health, and we're going to be talking about what she does. And she's been sort of involved in a little viral deal going on. I want to touch on that too as well. So that's great. Plus all the headlines you're going to be touching on. I see Dwight York have a reply to what we discussed about. I know we're going to be. I never got too crazy about what does he have to say. Marlene McDonald, like she want to move Carnival out of Woodbrook. We'll be talking about that. We even be talking about Trump too, because Trump doing some really stupid tweets again against Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, serious? I missed out on something there,
yes? Trump did more?
Yeah, he went and tweeted her again today. Stuff happened.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
She's tweet back to him or not?
No. She way above that.
She was on She was on
She
Ellen.
neighbor.
Yeah, and Ellen.
Well,
actually,
it was neighbors and best
Ellen.
friends and thing, all kind of thing.
Yeah, I think they're neighbors.
Yeah.
They're neighbors.
So, all that. So bacchanal stuff after one after the other, we're gonna talk to about the poor teacher who got her pickup truck stolen in broad daylight.
In front
Amazing.
of
I mean,
something.
where your game is going, boy. So all that to come up in the headlines, and well, we're gonna launch with my monologue. So actually, I went to the airport to drop off some friends, and I started thinking about how it is what we have to go through. I mean, in Biago, I don't know, because of all the terrorist issues of recent times. Have we increased security at the airport? Because if you really want to call it security, I mean, you must feel safe at Biago thanks to the high quality security personnel we have in Biago. The way we set up our security is, well, you must start off with a short, heavy-set woman with the tight security uniform. She's the first line of defense. It's important that the uniform fits her so tight, that the zipper in her pants has pulled itself open and the metal tangs in the zipper strain at any second. You know what I mean? Because you're going to hear explosion here. But you say, BAM! Say, but is it a bomb? I said, no, it's Sandra at front desk. Her zipper. It finally gave out. It's like, wow. Anyway. Then you reach, my favorite, the X-ray area, or as I like to call it, the strip club security. We have to take all your shit off, They should at least play some music to put you in the mood. You're like, take off your clothes, put it in a tray, and send it through the X-ray machine. Really? The X-ray machine is like, how they ever even, you know what? To make it even more appealing, they should have like the security up there searching, throwing dollar bills at you, making it rain. So I take my laptop out of my bag. Come on, let me do some singles.
So if you had metal kneecap and thing, is go off?
Well, tell him I have to have a doctor's letter. I believe in you. They check you. Did you use one of the metal ones on you? So you put all your shit in a tray and it goes through the X-ray machine, and then you have to wait nervously to be judged. I mean, how many times have they actually found a bomb with that X-ray machine?
I don't know.
Have they ever?
Never.
I mean, I've seen them catch and wrestle to the ground quite a few shampoo terrorists. I mean, have you more than 5 milliliters of the allotted hair care products? Because you could get arrested for that.
Well,
really?
the liquid is an issue, right?
Yeah, but I mean, how many shampoo? Really? Are we putting our safety in the hands of someone who's chosen to sit on his ass in front of an X-ray machine for 12 hours a day?
Yeah, boy.
And he's looking at the screen. Have you ever seen the screen? I have seen the screen. You can't make out shit on those screens.
Yeah,
it's like a black and white.
Yeah, it's like an X-ray. It's like a negative. It looks like a negative version of a photo.
You keep feeling like you want to adjust the antennas here, get better reception.
Yeah.
But you see him there standing, squinting his eyes, and he's looking. There goes by a hairdryer with a scope on it. He's like, okay, that's fine. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Let's see a big bunch of really big cigars tied to a clock. Okay, that looks fine. Let's keep it moving. Wait, stop! Shampoo! Arrest that guy! It's just so ridiculous. I mean, the only thing that X-ray machine really picks up is dildos and vibrators. I swear, my girlfriend has a travel vibrator. I'm not kidding you not. Twice they made her stop and take it out of the carry-on to examine it. Ma'am, is this going to form part of your in-flight entertainment? Because, this is 7 inches long and you're allotted only 4 inches carry on. Is it like a?
She say, well,
is it like a minimum of the inches you could carry? You could use as a weapon too technically on a flight, eh?
She say 4 inches, but my husband's fine then.
Lee? Oh my gosh.
It's like, is she going to masturbate in the tiny little toilets on the plane? It's possible. I mean, come on. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't think it was safe though, because I know my girlfriend. She's quite intense. She has one of those multiple orgasms, and the plane is going down. She'll have to suffer catastrophic decompression in the fuselage. The plane is going to go down, and the last thing that black box is going to record is her screaming an orgasm, then silence, then because her dildos may have titanium. It will survive the crash. I don't know why titanium. Why is it going to take that much licks? It needs to be titanium. Well, I don't know.
I wonder if in Wakanda is made of vibranium.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Get away from me.
But then after you get through security and you get up to the departure gate, that is where the real crime is take place. Do the people in these shops have no idea what food costs in the rest of fucking Trinidad? You know what I mean? You get up there and you have to pay like $60 for a soggy tuna fish sandwich, and I gotta buy a $25 KFC downstairs. It's ridiculous. And what it is with Trinidadians and rushing to get on a plane, boy. You say no,
they're rushing to get off the plane.
No, they're rushing to get on the plane too, off and on. When
I
you
hear
sit
that.
down waiting at the gate, as soon as you open up the gate, they're all rushing. What the hell are you rushing again? Is there like a cash prize for the first person on the plane? I mean, you damn well know. They get up and go in there, they're calling out the boarding seats. But you get up and you're going.
It's not even your group your seat group.
And there's a lot of seats.
Sit your ass down and wait your turn. I mean, what is the rush to get on a plane with a bunch of people like sardines in a can?
And on top of that, you have a seat.
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
a seat.
nobody thieving your seat.
Nobody can't take a seat.
It's not cinema you're going. We're going to take the best seat.
But even IMAX now, you just choose your seat. But I find is when you land, people stand up and get up and take down the thing, and you have to wait for the plane to jack up in the airport or kind of thing.
But I always wait to board the plane last. It doesn't make no sense because nobody will leave until I'm in the plane anyhow. So I actually wait to be last to go on the plane so I could enjoy the openness and the air inside the terminal.
Before the
because,
flight.
I don't need to look at my boarding pass. I know exactly what seat I'm gonna have. As I walk onto the plane, I just have to look to with the lady with the child on she lap that balling. I'll be sitting next to her.
I watched a video the other day, and it was a flight from Germany to New York, and the child was bawling and making one set of noise for the whole flight, and somebody was recording it for 8 hours or something. It was ridiculous.
Jeez, no, we can't put him like in a little doggy carry things and put him in the cargo home.
I would lose my shit.
Why
I can't do
not?
that.
I would lose my shit.
Get them a gravel, let them go and sleep.
I don't know. It's just
Half
I
a
with you
gravel.
there or shot of vodka. It's just wow. Children shouldn't be unless it's a medical emergency. Children shouldn't have to travel in a plane until they're like 16 years old. Anyhow, so let's move on to our headline news. Well, not really news, but we'll be discussing the news. And so the first thing is, what was this story about this horrible thing with the holding up with the teacher in the school, man?
I don't know, in front of
What
students
kind of
and things.
bullfish crazy ass shit is that? You walk into a school in broad daylight, right? Your thief what is a bracelet? What piece of jewelry they took from her? Was it? See the teacher robbed at gunpoint inside.
A gold bracelet and her
Her
Nissan
a
pickup.
Frontier, yeah.
Yeah.
$150,000 Nissan Frontier, gone, just gone. I mean, a car and the poor security guard, the woman security guard. Even if she could have done something, the man have a gun. I'm sure that security guard not armed. Besides, it wouldn't be smart to get in a gun battle inside.
Security guard there to call police, I guess.
I know, but we need to secure our schools more. I mean, but that's balls, man, to just walk into a
Balls,
school.
that pussy thing.
Really?
You're a fucking pussy. You gonna rob a girl in a school? You're a fucking pussy, dog.
Yeah, but
Oh, God.
I hope that no video.
You're
of
no
this man's
gangster,
face
dog.
and
You're a
nothing.
fucking pussy.
Well, but the thing is, they don't have that. I mean, and to me, almost thankfully, they don't have that kind of surveillance then in these schools. Like, we don't want to end up like how America is
But we need to.
currently.
Yeah.
But we
Nah,
need
I
to.
just think that's
We need
sick.
to have cameras and them children. We need camera, we need more supervision. The tutor is calling on the ministry to hire additional guards to ensure that this doesn't happen again, because it's a responsibility of the Ministry of Education to ensure the staff and students are safe, which is true. But what can you really do? I mean, how much money? How much guards? Because guards are expensive. I mean, even if they had two guards there.
Is it a government
If a man
school?
have a gun.
Was it a government school?
Yeah.
So MTS should be able to...
Which area was it?
Huh? It was, where was it again? It was in Jordan Hill Presbyterian School.
Oh, Presbyterian.
I don't know
That's
what that
not a
is.
government. That's Presbyterian.
But all of them are government assisted.
So you could probably...
All of them are government assisted. So
MTS wouldn't qualify to go and be the guards.
But which area? You don't know which area?
I'm not seeing it here. All they're seeing is Jordan Hill. I do
It's in
not know which
Princestown.
part. It's Princestown, right? It is so it is I don't know. It's shocking. It's scary. It's bold-faced. It's like it's more than just what this is what is next. What is going to happen next? You can't drop your kids off. You're a school teacher. You're going to do a hard day. This is shit that is fucking pissed me off when you attack honest, hard-working people. You understand? Your bullshit. And she's a school teacher. How much money do you think she making? Right?
It's not like it's a Tida that she was driving. She's driving a whole truck. So we even know that if they thief that, does her insurance cover the theft? Does she have to continue making the payments to the bank?
Right?
All them things.
Yeah. But I hope she has insurance. So only
Right.
the insurance will pay to replace it. But it's just a shameful, ridiculous. Which leads us to the next thing, which is the vehicle theft in general in Trinidad. Up 26%.
Wow.
It's very romantic.
We have a new ambiance.
Wow. You guys.
I feel like slow dance and put on some music. Sure,
What
let me take a look on the
happened
dance
there?
floor.
Kendall, come and save us, y'all. This is a freaky...
And
Oh!
the lights are back.
Who did that? What just happened?
I know. Current gone. But it came back. Or either that or we
the
switched
current
to
went and-
thing. So I hope are we still on? Are you still seeing us?
Yeah.
Okay,
Are we
Yeah.
still live?
So
yo?
we're gonna move on to the next thing, which is the theft of vehicles. They're up 26%. 26%. Police say vehicle
From
theft
last
yeah. No, actually, it's 2017 and 2016. Yes, you could say between last year compared to the year before. Police say vehicle theft has continued to increase at an alarming rate across the country, with Nissan vehicles remaining popular for thieves. A source of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service said, and there it is, Tida is still the most popular. Still the most popular. They're stealing Nissan B14s, B13s, B12, 80 wagons, Almira, and Tida. It's still the most popular vehicles for thieves, which will be, The statistics from 2017, the squad reported 26% increase in vehicular theft. 686 were reported compared to 544 in 2016. The police have recovered 100 of those vehicles, which is what? If it's 600, 10%? No, a little more than maybe 20%.
Don't ask me about no maths, nothing.
But still, so I mean, Tida. I see the thief in Toyotas now too. The Hilux is increased.
That is not new.
There's
They
but that
thieving
pisses me off. I
van
don't-
out of people's yard long time now.
But
going
Toyota-
up, walking into people's yard normal, and 4 o'clock in the morning, thieving the van.
Within 30 seconds.
And they're just gone. Gone in your yard,
But why?
drive
Why?
out your
Why?
van.
Leave the Hilux in them alone.
But out of
it's
people's
it's
yard.
affronted. They stole from this poor teacher.
Yeah, I know somebody whose frontier was stolen out of his yard. And the 2 nights before, his neighbor's Hilux was stolen.
Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah, they put a multi-lock on there or something.
Yeah, boy.
Because it has some way. I see some video a long time ago. It take like 30 seconds. They open
Yeah.
the door, they do whatever, and
easy.
bust out.
And I guess so the thieving line. I guess that's no news. That's just some stats I wanted to give you. It's ridiculous. Lock a car. They even signed the thief Benz and thing now. According to this stats.
Yeah, they
says.
thieving
Wow.
high-end vehicles.
They start that racket starting, which
So
which
what
never,
is
which
doing
never
with
used
it?
to exist before. Huh?
They strip down that too? What is that?
Well, they say that a lot of these high-end vehicles starting to come in foreign use.
Uh-huh.
So people who really can't afford BMW and can't afford, if you can afford a BMW and afford a Mercedes, you should be able to buy it new.
Yeah.
You're buying these things for it because you want to flam
The thing is
yourself,
that
man.
people don't think about
So-
that because they go and they buy it foreign use and then they can't get the parts. They can't maintain it. They can't pay to maintain it. They can't get the parts, so then you have to bring in the parts. So it ends up being more expensive in the end.
Yeah,
I
ridiculous.
own many German cars, European cars in the whole of them.
He had a key. $4,000.
Yeah, replace my Bensky with a
And the
$4,000.
mirror was $4,000 too.
So
You rearview mirror?
I know. I've had them from brand new. And after 3 years, stick with a Japanese vehicle. Take my dotish advice. Stick with the Japanese
Them vehicle made for cold weather. I think the sun.
I have had every
mash
type
them
of
up.
European vehicle you could think of, actually.
Audi.
Right? Audi, Benz, BMW, I had Jaguar, I mean the works. I'm telling you, after the first 3 years, I have them cars.
Jaguars, what? Not British?
Yeah?
Yeah.
But
It's
actually,
British.
Jaguar was bought over by...
Used to be.
It used to be British. It was bought over by, I think, some Singapore company.
But all them thing made for cold weather. The hot sun has beat upon them real bad.
But it's not that. The problem with them is the electronics in those European vehicles. They sound mechanically. But the electronics, after 3 years, what kind of weird things start to happen? Yeah, house light
Warping.
going on for itself.
Well, this is what you're talking about. The heat. The heat will
Yeah.
affect that sort of thing.
Japanese vehicles, you can't go wrong with them. Even the Korean ones, the case is not too bad. All right, so we move on. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley got together yesterday with representatives of the Australia, Canada, United States, and the United Kingdom to discuss TNT's management of its recent national security challenges. A statement by the PM's office said that TNT's successful management of its recent national security challenges was the centerpiece of the meeting in the office of the Prime Minister, St. Clair. We did such a great job because I see they arrested 15 people.
And everybody,
And
except
everybody
for
back
people,
out.
And everybody,
Except
but
two, I
two
think.
people,
Yeah.
they release. So
what-
why they arrested those people? I mean, I don't understand.
It's ridiculous. And they said credible, eh? That credible
credible
information
threat.
that led to the arrest of these 15 people.
But I want to
if it's just
know-
credible, how do you ask them to back up the streets?
Exactly. Because if you're involved in that type of threats, you should be in jail for a very long time.
Yeah. That is lock up and throw away the key as far as I'm concerned. You know, what is going on there? Why it is we always arrest these gangsters, arrest these so-called terrorists, and they always back out in the street. It's like an exercise in futility. What the hell? I mean, what was it? I find we want to know what was the credible information.
I want to know.
You
I
I
think the
want to
public-
know exactly what it was.
Why
'Cause
did they
all we
arrest
getting
them?
is this vague bullshit. You know what? What specifically were they planning to do? I think we have a right to know.
They said they were planning to disrupt the parades.
Yeah, but what?
How?
What? What they were going to do? Put a car bomb? You know what I mean? What? They want to make us play shit calypsos on the road? That could be terrorizing. What? What is the friggin' problem? You know, it's amazing. But anyhow, the government patting themselves on the back. Whether they deserve to, I don't think so. I mean, thank God nothing happened over the carnival. I swear. But if
Because
you
to
arrest
me-
15 people and let them go,
My whole thing is this: if you have these sorts of plots or whatever, I think the public deserves to know what's going on. You need to inform the public. You can't just keep the
Yeah, be
information
specific.
to your chest. You can't just
Yeah.
be like, oh well, we have a credible threat. A credible threat of what? What do we need to be wary of?
Like we never knew what the
is
SOE was
problem?
for.
Then there was the thing with the SOE, and there's a whole set of rumors and a container of drugs, and they find it in a car park across the road and all kind of
The
shit.
Colombians coming for we.
And hooting but there's no, we don't know what the
state
fuck is
emergency
going
is the
on
same
here.
bullshit to the rest. A set of people in state of emergency. All them gone. All them back out in the street. It was a waste, an absolute waste of goddamn time. So we move on. Dwight York. Tuesday I was defending him because I was feeling sorry for him because I know anybody can end up in a difficult financial situation. No matter how rich you are, a couple of bad decisions, a couple of bad business gambles, and you can find yourself in a bad way. So I never want to make fun of people's tragedies in their life. Because you never know when it could be you. And we have a tough few years ahead. But come on. The former TNT Manchester United football player, Dwight York, yesterday denied that he entered into any contract with Chutney monarch Neval, is it Chatlal? Chetlal, to loan him money to pay off a debt following his Island Vibe Fest last year. In fact, York dismissed the story, adding that he was not broke. No. As well as I'm concerned, that matter is closed. So there's no issue on what was reported in the media. There's no fact to it. He says there's no contractual agreement. That's for sure. You see, he ain't signed no
He
paper.
ain't signed no
signed nothing.
papers
But
and
that don't mean you have a contract with
But
him.
that's a lot of shit. He said that is he friend. He went and tell his friend, dog, I need some money for whatever. And the friend organized it with the chutney dude.
Some
And then
middleman
he never talked to the chutney dude. He's not friends with the chutney dude. He didn't know where the money came from. And so, as far as he never knew that was the source of the funds. You go take a loan and don't know the source of the funds and just say thanks
Yeah, just
and agree on a payback
But
plan.
then, because
But
you
you're
also
asshole.
say, I'm grateful for the terms he agreed to. So how you don't have no agreement?
Because it had a middleman. He only went through the middleman, but that's a lot
But
of
it don't matter. Hey,
foolishness.
he knows that I am grateful for the terms he agreed to. So there was an agreement.
There was, but
Are you
he was
stupid?
not, there was an agreement, but his argument, which is shit, it is shit. His argument is that he did not make that agreement with the source of the funds. He made an agreement with his friend, who then went to the source of the funds, and he didn't know nothing about where the funds came from. He had no agreement with the person who has him in court. However, the person who has him in court, according to previous reports, has WhatsApp conversations between himself and you.
You realize
So
that
what
they
the
do these
hell
things
are you
and figure-
talking about?
It's just so
And
ridiculous.
emails is like
So
binding
right-
and
right
thing,
now-
right? Like legally binding.
You're looking like somebody actually the man lending money must have been without collateral. Did you a good to me? Yes, he charges some interest, but he wasn't bound to lend you money in the first place. And now you look like you're trying to sidestep the whole deal. So you know what?
Somebody saying
I withdraw my pity for you.
somebody saying in the comments that apparently today they say he repaid the loan because he also said that he ain't broke.
Well, I read in an online article that he actually was in court in the UK too, and he have financial problems. So maybe he borrowed it from somebody else again to pay. This kind of thing is we are borrowing from one to pay somebody else. Fine, I'm glad. Well, if he did pay it back,
Good for
great.
him.
Good for him. Let's leave it there, I guess. So Woodbrook, that's okay. So we have to move on now. Unfortunately. We have to wrap up. Unfortunately, I ran late, but fortunately, our guest is here, so we don't keep.
She was
people-
early.
and
She's
she was actually
on
quite early.
time, not just on time, but early. So we're gonna welcome Isoke. She's gonna come in. Kendall, let her go. Also, Kendall, the battery's dead. Hello.
Hello, hi.
How are
Hi.
you?
How are you?
Battery's dead.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
How are you doing, okay? Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Louise.
meet you.
Louise
Isoke.
and Lee.
Hi.
Nice to meet
Very
you.
good.
Okay. Right. So what we want first is just for you to give us a general overview. Your camera is here. A general overview as to what exactly you do and your products and the process and how to contact and your general information.
Right, so first and foremost, I'm a yoga teacher. Right now, first, that's my occupation. And that's pretty straightforward. You know, I have my private clients, and when I'm not doing my private clients, I teach at Sangha Yoga. And that is in Sinclair. You know where Home and your Young Cheese house,
right.
Home, they've turned it into
very
a
nice.
kind of conglomerate of businesses that are housed in their home. you
Right.
know. And we have a space there.
Right, nice.
Sangha Yoga is owned by Karen Blackman, and I'm just one of her many really good teachers.
All right.
So I'm an awesome teacher. So, and apart from that, what I've started recently within the last year is an organic vaginal business, teaching and supplying women with information and products on how to take care of their vaginas organically.
All right, cool. So it's like for good health, general health for women. It's like
Yeah.
okay, because I mean you have to. I'm a man. You're informing like preventing yeast infections and treatment, that kind of stuff.
Yes, that sort of stuff. So, for instance, let me start with one of my big sellers.
Right.
These are called yoni eggs. They come drilled, which means they have a hole, so you can string them. You put a string
retrieve
through
them,
it,
right.
and this goes into your vagina. They come in different sizes. This is a medium. This is a large.
Angel, which one is you?
What? That's none of your business.
Angel, think a dozen.
And this one is a small.
Okay.
And in general, most women start with a medium unless you've had multiple vaginal births, which means that your vaginal canal would be a little bit bigger than the average woman that has
Children
not
wreck you.
Yeah.
Children wreck you.
I mean,
Yeah.
and
So
you
now let's
insert
do-
this and you do your Kegels. Everybody knows what Kegel exercises
So the
are.
purpose of the eggs are what?
It's like weights. It's like weights. It gives you something to grip. It gives you
So
a
if,
sense
if
of...
you're a woman who's had several children, this will help you sort of tighten up your...
Yeah,
okay.
if you have problems with going to the bathroom, some women can't hold their pee.
Right.
This helps you strengthen.
It's like subconsciously.
Yeah.
No, it's
it's like it strengthens
it's
the
an actual
muscles.
condition. It's
So how
an
long
actual condition.
You have
So
to
the
get all
same
day,
muscle
or-
that you use...
You don't have to. You can insert this for 15 minutes.
okay.
Do your exercise 15 minutes and take it out. Now remember, it's crystals. Some women believe in subtle work, and when I say subtle work, I mean each crystal has a different frequency and attracts a different type of energy. So for instance, this is rose quartz. This is usually when you want to attract love.
Right.
You don't have to insert it. You could keep it on your person and kind of foster that love energy around you. This is black obsidian. If you've had a lot of partners or your partner is cheating on you, you know, I don't know if I believe that when you have sex with somebody, that's a spiritual thing. It's an exchange of
Right.
energy. Sometimes you want to cut that energy, that subtle energy, that thing that you can't really touch, but sometimes you could feel.
Yeah.
You ever been with a man and you're all done, but your car really
So this help you break up
red.
with it.
Yes, this is help you cut that shit
A
off.
dozen for drive into. A dozen the black one, a dozen the pink.
Black obsidian would be that stone that you would
Right.
cut and clear that energy.
Right.
So every
Yeah.
stone has different frequencies, different energies. Yeah. So that's basically what I do.
I've heard about it. I can't say I know much about it. Man.
Then I have stuff like
But
vaginal
the crystal stuff,
steams.
you believe in the crystals too?
Yes. I believe
I have
in
an aunt that swears by it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I like that. I always
I-
poke fun at her.
I-
She has all these different crystals in her room, my aunt Marilyn. She's a real big
But I
believer.
also believe in the power of your subconscious and your mind, your conscious and your conscious mind. And with or without crystals, I believe that you attract what you meditate on. And if you're constantly
So
in
it's
a
karma,
state, if you're constantly in a state of meditative chaos, I believe that's what you're gonna reap. You're gonna reap that
So
meditative
yoga helps
chaos.
you manage that?
Oh, that helps me. Oh, it's helped me. Ask Andrea. We went to school together. I bounce off the walls. My personality is all over the goddamn place.
What is the main
But
benefit
yoga
you
has
find
helped.
Yoga helps with? I mean, because I guess is it?
I
physical
can't speak
exercise?
to other
Is it
people.
Spiritual?
I
Is it
can't.
more-
I can't speak to other people. I am big on physical health and exercise. So yes, of course. But apart from that, for me, it has taught me the really important lessons like patience. How to be patient with myself, and thus I'm really, really patient now with other people. Because when you get on that
what
mat,
about yoga teaches you patience?
when you get on that mat, if your goal is to do a handstand, you've given yourself 6 months to do the handstand or a year or whatever, you're going to fall in your face a million times before you do that
I don't
handstand.
like shredding on that mat.
That's a lesson. That's a
I done
major
this.
lesson
You understand?
in
Nah, but
patience.
even like scientifically, yoga is showed it is real good for your health. I think.
I don't know. Maybe I should try it because
How much? What does it cost?
Nah, you should
of,
try.
like,
You should try.
What does it cost of
I never
the
tried yoga,
uni
but-
eggs?
My eggs range anywhere from $8.50 to $5.50, according to the size.
Okay.
TT, which is you have it for a lifetime.
Yeah.
These things don't just disappear.
no, and
or
they're
don't,
actual stone,
they're actual
it's
crystals.
crystal.
They're
Yeah,
semi-precious
yeah.
stones. So it's an investment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're good for pleasure too.
Another dozen for. I'll pay for another dozen.
All he does is spend all.
And not just,
Three
not
dozen.
just your pleasure, but your man's pleasure.
Pleasure.
You can
Yeah.
insert them and have sex, and it touches
With the egg
tip.
in there?
Yeah, it touches the tip of his penis. When you have
it's fun for the man too
It's
then?
fun for the man too.
All right.
Yeah.
He
Okay,
would
so
take a
I-
dozen.
Dozen for Louise.
No, a dozen for Louise. Yeah. Yes.
It's too cool. It's too cool. But one of them nobody steams though.
Yeah, so vaginal steaming is excellent. It's a safe way to clean your womb, to detox your womb. A lot of us are suffering from things like PCOS, painful periods, fibroids, cysts, and steam is very powerful. Think about it.
PCOS, because all those fellas only thing they're making your ignorant comments is polycystic
Can you
ovaries.
imagine?
Yes.
What is it?
Polycystic
Polycystic
ovaries.
ovaries.
Polycystic ovary.
Yeah.
Heard about it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Was it?
What exactly is polycystic?
Well,
ovaries? What is it?
Well, cysts on
Yes,
your
cysts,
ovaries.
cysts.
poly is many. So,
Yeah,
Yeah, poly is
cysts
many,
on
yeah.
your ovaries. So then it
Cysts on your
affects your
ovaries.
ovulation.
Your
It
ability to
affects
reproduce.
Your ability to
and
reproduce.
and this
all
steaming
these
helps with
things.
that.
Yeah. Steam, if you think about it, steam is very powerful. Steam powers trains. It's able to move stuff. It's able to draw stuff out.
Louis
it's able
was
to do a lot
actually
of
talking
things.
about
So-
it being the worst burn.
Yes, it's the worst
boy.
burn
Steam
ever. A
is
steam
noted to
burn.
be the worst
The
burn.
worst
you can
burn
get because
ever. So
the
steam is
burns
very
you, then
powerful.
condenses the hot water and
Yes.
burns you again. So how
So-
does this work though? How do you?
So traditionally, you would have a steam box, a yoni box, or a vaginal steam box, and it has a hole on the top. It has a little door or a little entrance to the back. You can put a one burner or a brass pot, some kind of metal pot in there, and a woman could comfortably sit over the hole in the steam box, and you can turn up the temperature on your pot, or you can turn down the temperature on your pot according to your preference. Some of us can take more steam than others.
Yeah.
And you steam on there for anywhere from 10 minutes to no more than 30 minutes. I steam once before my cycle and once after my cycle. It keeps my menstrual cycle clear. It keeps the blood rich.
Yeah.
Women are not supposed to be experiencing dark blood during their periods, dark or brown blood. That means that you have blockage. That means that you have an excess of old blood lining your vaginal canal. What the steam does is it opens up your cervix and it allows all that old stuff to come down.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Damn.
So a lot of women are having painful periods. A lot of women have cysts and fibroids.
I know cysts and
and-
fibers are very painful. I mean, they made me check to see if like I had endo and all these
And the
things.
steaming will help because
Yeah.
usually what it is that you're clogged. You have stuff up there that doesn't want to come
come
out.
out, yeah.
So it's like backed up blood. Yeah, and we've been doing
which
this
is
forever.
why I don't wear, this is the thing. I don't wear tampons unless
I don't like it,
unless
yeah.
unless it's a situation where I have to.
Absolutely.
I don't wear tampons because I feel like when you wear pads, and so this is educational for everyone. When your period comes down into a pad, you literally see wall.
What's happening?
You see
Yeah,
there are chunks
stuff
of things coming
down.
out of your vagina, chunks of things, right? And that
Scary.
no, those
Oh,
clots.
it's scary shit out of me.
No, but those clots or that lining, that actual physical lining that you see, that is not absorbed by a tampon. It's actual
just there,
skin.
it stays there.
Like you can
If you
check
have
your
a ball, it
pad.
goes in.
It just
and-
stays in you. It sticks to the side
So
of your
tap 'em
vaginal
like a
canal.
cork then, and
Yeah,
then
it's like a
No, it's a
cork.
cork, and exactly, and then the blood will soak into it,
But not the
And-
skin.
But not
but
the
not
other
the
stuff.
lining, not the
the
rest of
lining,
it.
yeah.
Remember, you're shedding.
You're shedding.
something, right? So it's not just this liquid blood, and men don't understand that. Men don't understand
Men
a
don't
lot
understand
of
a lot of
lots
things.
of things.
Men don't understand
After
a lot of
hearing
things.
you-
yeah.
after hearing you talk-
Talking about.
After hearing you all talk tonight, I'm just even more glad I'm a man.
Yeah.
God, thank you. My mother always used to say that God
It's
had to be a
okay,
man,
your yoga
'cause he would
girls are
never do that
tuned in.
shit to himself.
Oh my God! Hi, Sangha Yoga's tune in.
Yes, they've tuned in.
Thank God I'm a man.
Somebody else is saying that this sounds like a good way to make a sweat rice. Or maybe the sweat rice would
A
be
sweat
sweeter.
rice.
The sweat rice would be sweeter after you do your
More
steam.
powerful, more
So,
powerful.
you can put like
more
stuff in
potent.
the steam to like deodorize or
Yes, that's
whatever.
that's a good thing that you brought up there. Now the steams are made up of different herbs, and each herb has a different quality. So, for instance, you say deodorize. Rose petals are great astringents, and that is a great ingredient. Herbal ingredient that helps deodorize. It's a deodorizer. So when I'm making my steams, I use rose petals. That's
So
a
how do you
deodorizer.
know what it is you have and what you should use?
I do consultations for each woman. This is not something that you
Oh,
just
so you
want to.
all right? So you have to.
I
yes,
prep
of course,
women.
right.
For instance, if Indra is coming to me, we look at your cycle. We look at how long, how often you get a period. We look at if you've had any STDs, if you have any current vaginal infections.
You could do something that could bring down your anger a little bit.
No,
There's no steam for that.
no,
No.
No.
No steam for that.
no steam for that. That is steam that's coming out of your head.
You
No,
could tone that down a little bit.
no.
You and so what? Sorry, you lost me there. What
So,
were you
as
talking
you
about?
said, STDs, if they're current vaginal
Yes,
infections.
exactly. That's really so. I do an assessment. Every woman is different, and every woman would call for a different steam and a different time. For instance, if you're menopausing, you already have an excess of heat in your body, thus hot flashes. I wouldn't put you on a steam for 30 minutes.
Right.
That just means I'm heating up your body
Even
more
more
than
right.
you need.
Yeah.
So, this is something that women have been doing forever.
Well, flashes like hormonal, right?
Yes, it's hormonal.
I have 4 sisters and the older men. I have a sister that your aunt office. It's like a deep freeze. You walk inside and everybody
And that can be controlled through vaginal steaming.
Really?
Yeah, a practice of vaginal steaming will
But have
help
you balance out
regulate and balance out those hormones.
Because a lot of women, when they're going through menopause, have to take hormones and they sort of balance themselves out.
Yeah.
They get mood swings and
A lot of
hot
the
flashes.
herbs
And,
that's in the mixtures are natural ways of regulating your body.
So you decide which herbs after your consultation. You know which herbs can be used
Yes.
and in what quantities
Yes.
and
I'm certified.
Yeah.
I've done the work. Currently, I'm studying more about herbs, particularly Chinese herbs and African vaginal steaming. Every continent has a different way of steaming, and
Okay.
what I have learned and studied is not a specific way to steam, but how to use what's at my disposal
Right.
to steam.
Okay.
So if I move to China tomorrow, I have learned how to identify which herbs is equal to
the
our
herbs,
herbs
yeah,
here,
okay.
and how to use it.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so I will have to come to you to do the steam.
No, you don't have to. I can tell you how to set it up at home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And,
I find
but I will
it kind
have
of
to
dangerous,
buy-
but for a beginner, I don't know. I always that fear of getting burnt. Because you have to kind of know what you're doing.
Well, you just let the water cool a little bit. You hover over it, see
So
if
it's like
it's
a
too
sitz
hot.
bath
It's like
kind of
yeah.
thing.
I
Okay.
mean, listen, women have been doing this forever.
Yeah,
This
I
is
mean,
nothing that we have not been
after
doing.
a lot of women after they have kids,
Yeah.
they tear and they have to do a sitz bath because they have
It's the
stitches
most
there.
traumatic thing.
I grew
I
up
know
seeing
for a
my
man to
grandmother.
watch, let me tell
I
you.
grew up seeing my grandmother giving women bush baths after they had children. So this is normal. This is normal stuff.
I was there for his birth, and let me tell you, I think I was more traumatized than my wife. I was scary as hell. They need to tell men what they expect. Because, and when he came out, he was like ugly as hell.
Can you imagine that?
What?
Imagine how-
He had a head like one of those eggs.
Can you imagine?
No-
I was ugly.
Boy,
Really?
honestly. Let me tell you, because no one told. I mean, and they need to tell husbands. Because I want to be there for your wife. You want to be there during childbirth.
But it's like, did you go
But
to a
his
bathing
head came
class?
out looking like an egg.
You went to a bathing class?
We went with Lamar's. In fact,
No, there's a difference
and
between...
when I was there, she got pissed. I said, just stop telling me how to breed.
No, there's a difference.
Lamar's went out the
between
window.
Not Lamar's. There's Lamar's and then now there's the birthing classes. So the man has to go to a birthing class before he can actually go into the room.
I
now.
did this
Really?
28 years
Yeah.
ago. Lee was 28 when yesterday.
Sunday.
I don't know how I
Sunday.
feel about having my significant other in the room while I haven't decided. I don't have any kids, but I don't know if I want somebody seeing
Trust me,
my
they're
vagina.
highly
opening.
overrated. You don't need.
To
To
that
that
extent.
extent, I
Yes.
don't know how I feel about it. Maybe I'll
Children
change
are
my
highly
mind.
overrated. Trust me.
I think the environment offered at Mama Toto is a much more, this is the wrong word, but romantic
So I've
sort
heard.
of intimate
And that's the type of environment I would want to be in.
Exactly.
That
and
I want to
even though
create.
there's the thing about it is like my whole thing, I was like, there's no epidural, and they're like, no, and I was like, no.
I think I can deal with that. I think I can deal with that. What
But
I
no,
don't,
because
what I
it
know
is-
I can't deal with is certain people in the room with me.
Yeah, and
Like-
they let you choose.
So you wouldn't
and
want
they let you
your-
choose
your-
how
your-
I don't
many
think I
and-
want.
child father in
I
the
don't
room
think
with
I
you?
want my mother in the room with me. I think
Yeah.
she's gonna annoy me.
I think I would
She's gonna.
prefer.
I don't remember
I think
that
she's gonna.
in any room with me.
I would just want like
But let's give
maybe
a bird
the
a nut.
guy, maybe the guy, my sister, and a particular friend of mine who currently lives in the States. But other than that, I'm not too sure. I really I
so-
really
yeah.
want to hear anybody
Else.
else's opinion.
I don't wanna
hear
It's like
anybody
you
else.
shut the fuck up, get out.
Yeah. I don't want to
Only
be ever
until
be
you
in the
talk
room
to me.
again. I was there. I don't ever want to go through that again. And I was like, when Lee came out, he had a head because no one told me that he had, when you have natural childbirth, the child's head
But I do
comes
feel
like a bullet.
that yes, children's.
I was
heads
scary.
comes
I thought I
out
had
like
an
this, like
alien.
cone shape.
Yeah, because it's coming through a
Yeah, but nobody
vagina.
told me.
Like, what the hell?
And then Lee wasn't breathing, so he was blue, and then he was yellow because they had jaundice too. Because some
my
kids,
God.
it was just like, and then the afterbirth came. I'm like, I'm like, God, slap both of those things. Whichever one cry, I will take home. It was scary, man. It was. And you know, Petronella Manning, actually, she's a godsend.
She's a neonatal. So
She's
she's
a saint.
actually
She saved
the same
Lee's
friend I'm
life.
talking about who lives in the States
She
now.
saved
She's a
his life.
I want a home
neonatal
birth,
specialist.
though. If I ever get around to having a child, I want a home birth.
Your second child, Port of Spain General, will send midwives to your home to do home births.
Really?
Not your first birth, your second.
Really?
Yeah, and
That's
they will do
interesting.
and then do the water birth. Like in Mama Toto, that's why go Mama Toto first. You do the water birth there with them, the experience. Your doctor's on call, but you deal with midwives. They're very experienced. It's a lovely environment.
How do you know all of this, Indra?
Because I was pregnant once. I had a
Okay.
miscarriage, but I went to Mama Toto to see the facilities.
Where
And
are they?
they're in Belmont.
Yeah.
And also, they are less than 2 minutes away from Port of Spain General, which is the only NICU in Trinidad.
But that's what happened to him, because when he came out and he was having trouble, he was at then Stanley's. And Stanley's used to be in by Leslie Plaza there. It's now defunct. When they were having complications with him, I couldn't believe I was paying all this money to give him a private nursing home for his mother to deliver him. And when he had complications, we had to take him to Port of Spain General.
Straight to General, they
Yeah.
take you straight to General.
And Petronella Manning actually used to run the ward there. I know
Yeah.
she still does, but she's...
But you mentioned miscarriages. One of the reasons that I started vaginal steaming, just before I even started to sell the herb packets, is because I've had multiple miscarriages. I've had 4 miscarriages.
Yeah, it's traumatizing.
And it's,
Yeah.
and vaginal steaming at this point, within the last year, I've started to consistently steam so that when we start back trying to have a baby, it's supposed to help, me keep. Because
Yeah.
I can catch, but I can't keep.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want to try out parenting thing, I can lend you him for a couple of days. In fact, you could keep him. I'll even throw in his car.
He's a pretty,
Earthquake.
Drama.
pretty big baby.
Drama.
Earthquake.
going on?
Earthquake.
No lights.
Oh my God, this room needs a vaginal steam.
Yes.
Y'all need some sage. I have sage here for y'all. Y'all want to burn some sage in here? Cut and clear. This
Yes,
space?
please. And I want you to film it and send it straight for Steve Gobin. That we burning sage inside the studio.
I think we all right. I think we okay now. Oh my gosh.
Y'all need some sage. Y'all need
That
some
was
cut and
scary.
clear energy in here.
So what is sage supposed to do?
Sage is
Throw it out, Maldro, boy.
exactly.
That's what it's for?
Yeah.
I mean, no,
It
it's
is get rid
bad
of bad
vibrations.
energy.
Bad energy. It gets rid of bad energy. I light my sage every day.
Right.
When I'm meditating, I
I
use
better use
sage.
one and burn down my house.
Where
Get
can you get the dry sage to burn then?
Well, I sell them. The
Okay.
bundles.
Yeah.
Not the loose sage.
Yeah.
And there are a couple other places. I'm sure you'll be able to find it. But if you want sage, just get in contact
Yeah.
with me, and I always have in stock.
Okay.
I am a big sage
do you
believer.
have like a brick and mortar, or we have to contact you via some social media or email?
Social media.
Okay.
Social media.
So what
So
is your
what is your
contact
social
exactly?
media stuff?
It's shop _Ori_Ashe.
Spell it. Ori.
At shop Ori Ashe on Instagram.
Right.
And you can find shop Ori Ashe on Facebook.
Okay, what I'll do, y'all, is I'm gonna write it in the comments.
Yeah.
So y'all can find it if y'all, especially the ladies.
And I have a lot of info on the Instagram. Anything you want to know about the products, any information, it's right there for everybody. Everybody has a lot of questions. Women have tons of questions, and everything you need to know is right there. But you can always message me.
last word.
Pardon me, Ashe. A-S-E.
Right. And this is on Instagram.
On Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
Shop Ori Ashe. It pops right up. So I'll leave some sage with you all before I leave.
Because that's
We
a
like to throw
scary
you to them
boy.
and leave. How long you been doing this?
Which one? Yoga.
Let's start with yoga.
Oh my goodness.
I remember when I was outside drink. This was years ago. This was before 2015. This may have been 2014 or something. And Isoke said, "Girl, I'm now gonna start a new path in my life." And you were going to New York to start.
Yes,
yoga.
I was going to my first training.
Yeah.
I studied at Laughing Lotus in New York. I lived out there for a long time, so it just made sense for me to do my first training in New York. And then I came here and I trained and still training. It's every day training.
Yeah.
At Sangha Yoga. And Sangha has been really awesome. The wealth of information has been priceless, and it continues to be. I mean, I'm a student every day, even though I'm teaching, like I taught a class today, but every day there's something else to learn. You know, there's something else to give, something else to receive.
Yeah.
So it's been really satisfying, and I didn't think that I would be a teacher. I didn't go into this wanting to be a teacher. I went into it wanting to be an awesome yogi. I want to do crow and fly and levitate on one hand, but it turned into something
else.
totally different.
What about your time in Mexico? Because that's when I realized you were actually teaching.
Yeah, so I was in Mexico for quite a while, a few months, and I taught over there. Didn't know really much Spanish, but my boyfriend is fluent
So
because he's
how you jump to Mexico? And
my
start
boyfriend is
teaching?
a professional footballer.
All right, cool.
So he was stationed in Mexico. So I went out there. I mean, I don't have a 9 to 5.
Now I have to ask you, who's your boyfriend?
Johanse Marshall. He was a national player.
Lee, you know him?
No.
But not so.
Lee is 5
I'm
years
sure
old.
my friends don't know it.
Isake is with a big hardback, a whole man.
a whole
Man, right? Lee is a whole boy.
Oh, we too
Oh
young.
gosh.
Yeah, this,
We are too young.
yeah.
To know this.
Young. Even though their cousin is Stephen Hart.
So we went out there. He was playing there he had been stationed out there for like about a year, and I joined him for the rest of the time that he was there. And I picked up a little bit of Spanish. It was awesome, an amazing experience, even though I couldn't communicate so well with people.
Yeah.
They were just so open. So it was just amazing. Like, they're so welcoming. The cultures, they are so similar to us. On every street corner, they have a man selling chow. They love chow. They love
Yes.
everything chow.
Yeah.
They love everything chow. They're
It's like-
Trinidadians.
Yes.
They love bars.
I
They
tell
love
people
rum.
that all
They love to lime on a street corner. They are just like us.
Yeah. Somebody was telling me what they noticed, somebody who lived there for 8 months, he was stationed there doing a job. If the job is finished, so he was leaving. And he said when he goes home, he'll make sure to let everybody know everything can be curried and everything can be turned into chow. And I was like, yeah, he's like, for him it was the day when
they
he
could
get
even have
curry
curry
egg.
chow.
He didn't even know about that. He didn't realize that could happen. But he said that was the day he was like, you could curry anything.
So I was basically studio hopping. I
Yeah.
got in contact with about 4 studios in Los Mochis, and I would teach almost every day. I had a class at a different studio. So that was amazing. That really helped me dive headfirst into
yeah.
my training. Whatever
Yeah.
I had picked up, I was really able to apply it
Yeah.
in a totally new and crazy environment. I mean, I didn't think I would be in Mexico teaching
Yeah.
yoga. But now that I've had that experience, I'm already calculating in my mind.
You land in Mexico, and how you end up teaching? I mean, okay, so you went to the boyfriend. But how did you land in Mexico and end up teaching yoga?
The good thing
What
about
was he
being
doing?
the
What
good
the
thing
hell
with
happened
being
there?
the good thing with being
Yeah.
with a professional footballer is they have something called the Footballers Wives Club
Right.
wherever you go. So if you're smart, you tap into that.
Right.
Hi, I'm the new
You
wife
saw
slash
your
girlfriend.
you network with them.
I seen you walk, girls.
seen you
I
walk,
seen you girls. Come get that ass in check. Let's go.
So my first clients were the footballers' wives.
Right.
They knew that I was coming. His friends, their
Yeah.
wives, knew that I was coming. I had made those links before. A lot of them speak English. So that transition was great. And I was kind of like a novelty because nobody looks like me there, first of all. So that works.
In
Yeah.
Mexico, really?
No. They look like you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
They look like you. Unless you're,
Are you
unless they,
are you and I a big jump
unless
apart?
they,
Yes.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I would be walking through the grocery stores and I would just feel something in the back of my neck.
No.
Like this.
Don't lie.
Because they've never been up,
dreads.
they've never seen this.
Yeah.
You know, they're not accustomed to seeing somebody with my body type. They look different.
Yeah.
You know, that's fine. They're
Yeah.
beautiful people, but it's not every day
Yeah,
that
they
you're gonna
see
see
somebody
a
else.
tall,
Yeah.
dark-skinned guy with a
dark
woman of
skin,
African descent
yeah.
with blonde locks.
Yeah.
Come on, they're seeing that probably on TV,
Yeah.
on MTV, VH1, or whatever they look
Yeah,
at.
yeah,
But
yeah.
they're not seeing it in real life.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would feel somebody touching me on my head. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And then he's a star over there.
Right.
Johanse, autograph.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
Big,
that was
the big
easy.
your football
Yeah.
across there.
he has billboards with his face on it
my
in Los
God.
Mochis. So
Oh,
that
nice.
the transition was easy because of that kind of celebrity.
Yeah, yeah.
It was easy. I was able to
And how
make a
long
little
ago
bit of
this
money. We've been back in Trinidad for about a year. So that was a year ago.
So, but that was recent then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's amazing. So, you went to Mexico, and how long were you there for? A year?
A little less than that. Yeah.
Less than a year. So, and you said you're constantly learning. So, you came back.
Constantly.
What did you take from Mexico with you?
That first of all, the work that I'm doing is important, and that it has nothing to do with nationality. It has nothing to do with status in life, race. It really doesn't have anything to do with that. It's about spirit. It's about energy, and it's about connection, and that I have the ability to do that regardless of whether we speak the same language or not. That was a really big lesson for me. Now, in terms of my purpose, I know that I want to keep traveling. That's something that I didn't really think about before. I didn't think about being that nomadic yogi.
Yeah.
I didn't think about being able to go to Africa to teach yoga, to go to Australia to teach, to Indonesia. Now
Will you
I know.
Will you think you'll do it now?
Listen, I'm plotting. I am right now. I
you
plotted
can
all
always-
to
But
go
then
to-
do it before you have your child, because when you
Why?
have a child,
When
that's
no,
done.
no. That is
Understand?
foolishness.
Children
That
done
is
that.
absolute foolishness. You
Trust me.
strap that child to your back.
Back and you go.
You strap that
No,
child
you
to your
strap the
chest.
child to your
and you
mother's
go.
back, and you go.
Indra, not my mother.
No,
Strap your child to your mother's
No.
back, and you go.
Not
Okay,
my
was not-
swanky mother.
she wasn't raised
Not
that
my
way.
swanky mother. My mother is not having anything strapped anywhere.
No. Nope.
Take your child
and go. That's right. You can't be. You feel like random. I don't know how people is do that. Be like, yeah, I just drop in my children by. Well, now what we gonna do? You ask your mother-in-law. You ask your mother. She gonna watch your child? No. We gonna just drop them off there. Not Noel Patricia.
No, I'm definitely going to be that bohemian mother whose child is like, oh my God, where are we going now? Where are
Yeah.
we going to live now?
Yeah.
Be like, Mom, I made some friends. I made some friends. Can we stay here?
Damn it. Yeah.
Child confused, speaking about 9 different languages.
Yeah. Also, you can
All
use that
jumbled up.
opportunity to learn the steaming
In different
in
countries.
different countries, different
Yes,
regions, different
absolutely.
continents, and all these
Yeah,
things.
so I'm crossing my finger that he gets a contract in like, I don't know, Vietnam or something. Somewhere east.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, and
So
now
I can
they
go,
go and
I
the
can
food
check
is
into
good,
ashram.
and they do a lot of you eat fish because I know you do eat some fish.
Yes, I do.
And the
So you're
fish
vegan?
is
No, I would like to be, but
she's vegetarian.
I'm vegetarian.
Yeah, and then
But
a
I
lot
live
of-
with a
Did
vegan.
you used to eat meat or you never eat meat?
Yes, I used to. I've never eaten pork. That was not something that was
So
tolerated.
you find that your lifestyle was healthier, so just stop eating meat?
Yes.
Do you think like a balance? Because I cannot believe that, okay, too much of anything is bad for you, but a little
I believe
bit of
that too.
meat.
And I'm not
Everything
saying
in
don't eat
moderation.
meat. I'm not saying don't
You know,
eat meat.
you know what people who say don't eat meat.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying it was not for me.
Right.
It was not for me. I have thyroid problems. I had huge lumps. You can still see a lump in my throat here.
Yeah.
I had lumps all over. I had surgery.
Wow.
And the minute I stopped eating the meat is the minute the lumps started to disappear. So it's not the meat. It's whatever they're putting in our food that is affecting our bodies. So I wouldn't say don't eat the meat. But if it's not working for you,
Yeah.
just like if cheese is not working for you,
Or
or
like
bananas
gluten
is
or
not
whatever.
working for you, you have
Bananas
to
bad
know.
for you too?
I'm just saying.
No,
if
some
it don't work for you,
people will eat bananas and it just runs straight through them. That
If it's
happens
not
with
for
some
you.
people.
If
Like
it's
some
not for
people
you.
can't eat bread and all
bananas
these
like
things.
Some people
potassium
have
and good for
allergies.
cramps.
Yeah, some
and-
people could do that, but some people can't. Like one thing I do before you go, because now we're running late. But because the conversation is so good. But so since I've known you, which I guess since I was 12,
yeah.
you've always
40
been.
years now, man.
Did he just go there? So what would that make you? What would that make you?
Well, I don't know. I'm like,
Wow.
I counting back down now. Sorry. I'm
Yeah.
going to go 10, 9,
Benjamin
8.
Button.
You're going to say, Luis, how old are you? I'm going to say, blast off.
Benjamin Button.
Yeah, the Benjamin Button.
You've always been a very strong supporter of women, always been one of women coming together, moving forward, bringing each other along. I saw, because we're friends on Facebook, so I saw when you posted the status. I've listened to that program. I can't listen to it.
Who can?
Right? Because I find a lot of the conversation, and to be frank, I'm more likely to listen to it if Kwesi is there than if it's just JJ.
Right.
Right? You made the comments, and I could Louis read the article after having never listened to them because Louis used to be on the radio at the same time, so they were competing. So he's never listened to the thing. So he read the thing and he was like, I don't understand. I was like, have you ever listened to the show? He said, no. I said, okay, if you listen to that show, you could almost hear that whole exchange play off and understand why she would have gotten upset.
The nuance.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but now, so Loop has, you're gone viral and you're making
Well,
news.
I guess so. I mean, that was not my intention, eh?
I saw somebody tag JJ and I was very disgusted by what he commented. He said, well, I guess I'm glad I know now that I just laugh like a hyena. That was his response to the situation. Kwesi was a slightly more diplomatic. I'm a bit perplexed and Carnival is woman and something.
He wasn't quite as diplomatic when he got on radio today and said whatever he said about me, and I was busy. I had to teach my class, but I had people listening. But bar all of that, my concern in all of this is when you're in a position of power, when you're yielding some kind of power, when you in the media, and I have had a radio show, I have produced television shows.
You've been on television shows.
I have a degree in fine arts.
Yeah.
Okay? When you're in a position where you are affecting people's minds, you have to have a measure of responsibility and sensitivity for your audience. Your audience is not stupid. And language is not just about words. Language is about nuance. It's about what's under and over those words. So it is unacceptable for that kind of rhetoric, that kind of banter on a national radio station.
When children in the car, prime time,
When
drive
anybody-
time.
Don't look at me.
No, Louise, at least when you said your things, you were everybody knew Louise used to make sex jokes, but it was almost it was derogatory what they were doing on the radio.
You see, it's hard to tell from his version of it. But when I read it, it didn't seem
But
like it
this
was
thing
much.
is simple, This thing is very simple, Play back the tape. Play back
I
the
would
tape.
I would like him to do that
This
because
thing is simple. Play
obviously he's
back
watered it
the
down.
tape.
Because they
And
have to
I
keep
find-
episodes, I think, 30 days?
Play back the
For
tape.
these, for
30
exactly,
days,
they have to
30
keep for 30
If
days.
it
So for
is-
exactly this reason.
If it is that this is propaganda, if it is that this is lies and that I am a troll and that I have made this thing up out of thin air and that I hate
I
you
agree. Call
because
him out on it. Call him out on
and
it.
that I hate you because you did not give me a comp for Scotch. You hear the logic? You hear the
Oh, he said
idiotic,
that?
the idiotic
my
logic
God,
on
really?
national radio.
Scotch is all that?
You hear the idiots?
Scotch is all that, man?
I can't believe
Right?
that he said that. No, what is wrong with
That
him?
I am upset with you because you did not give me a Scotch comp. Okay, so this
Did
is
you
the
ever ask him
level.
for a Scotch comp?
Listen,
She don't
listen,
need a Scotch
I
comp.
I don't need a Scotch
Scotch
comp.
That's kind of ridiculous
She,
thing to
and if
say.
she getting a Scotch cup, she'd even have to ask Kwesi first.
But you understand the level
Yeah.
of brain function that we are dealing with here, right? The level of brain function. You get it, Indra?
yeah.
Right. That's all I have to say.
Asshole.
I used to work with him. I used to work, I guess, for him as well, and it never ended up well. And
Even
the
with
thing
all
is-
your success, you have not managed to mature in your brain function. You have not learnt anything. You are on national radio every day spewing dog shit constantly.
Yeah. And I mean, I have most people I know who happen to listen to the show at any time say that, did you hear them? Because very often it's unintelligible. The
It's
conversation.
unintelligent.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
he's
they
not,
can't.
I mean,
you
I'm
can't.
not defending the
just-
bullshit he said.
I mean,
by no means.
it's one thing
He's
to have
but his evening
entertainment
drive
on the
should be popular.
radio and to have all of that.
And if you feel that you can say what you like and do what you like on radio, that's fine. But do not be upset when somebody takes you to task. And at least have the testicular fortitude to go head to head. Okay? Give me a call. Let's talk about this.
I ain't that. I for that.
I want to see this.
I for that.
Hey,
Record that shit.
no, what I want to do is, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna call Kwesi. I'll send him a message, and I will invite him, and we can have a discussion on this show.
Well, his side or?
And we can have both of them have an adult conversation
I see both
about
sides of
it.
this. I kind of because I know I've been on air.
I think that
it
that's
is-
what I would like to do.
you know.
Isaki, would you be open to that?
Fine. There's time and place for everything. You have a different type of show. You have a different type of forum, maybe. But there's certain things I think that you speak about amongst your friends.
Yes.
Because you have to be sensitive to your audience. He has a Tobagonian audience. They're Tobagonian women listening, tuning in. Come on. Let's not pretend like we do not understand
What was being
nuance.
said.
Let's not pretend, please. Don't do that. Okay? And I'm not the first and I will not be the last that has a problem with that type of rhetoric between the hours of 3 to whatever.
Yeah,
I'm not the first. There are tons of people on my Facebook with the same issues.
Yeah, but this rhetoric also still feeds his flame.
Of course it does. But what do you do?
The
Do
whole thing
we
is
say
that
nothing?
Do
we say nothing?
Because if they continue, what
Do
you
we say
allow will
nothing?
continue.
What,
So
do we say nothing?
unless somebody comes up and says, we have a problem with this, people are going to continue to speak
And
that
I
way
agree
and
with that.
behave that way.
But I'm also very wary of the PC censorship. What he did was extreme, but I as I've been in the media and in it for years, and also have a degree in radio, television, broadcasting, and broadcast journalism. We have to be very wary of censorship.
Of course we do.
Because it's a slippery road.
Of course we do.
So where I would say, if you're going to have people censor, then it should be somebody
It's
from
not
our
a
generation.
censorship
It's always some
issue.
old PC prude who not in touch with the times. Because radio now,
No.
radio was
No, I
not
mean-
excusing what this jackass did.
I know, I understand, but this is not a censorship issue. It is a sensitivity
yes,
issue.
a sensitivity issue.
It's
I
about.
understand.
It's like remember the day when I said no, we're not going to show that video, and I said it's a sensitivity issue, and you and I said no, it's a sensitivity issue.
She had the thing because me, I'm
There's a
a
difference
whore. I put
between
everything.
there's a difference between saying there's a difference between saying I have my preference than saying this particular group of women
Don't qualify.
don't qualify.
Which is what he said. Which is what was said. They don't. That don't exist there. So what?
If that's what he said, that's not what he's saying.
That's what
But
was
if he's saying, if
insinuated.
that's what he
That is
said,
what was
it's
insinuated.
ridiculous.
That's what was
insinuated.
insinuated. That's what was insinuated.
And that would be a very broad insult. And not,
Yeah, that's a broad insult.
It's one thing if you have a personal issue with somebody, you may say something, you may dislike a person, but you cannot dislike a group
No, let me tell you something.
for whatever reason.
I know real girls that love the dark chocolate. They love it. They love a dark man. I know girls that advising girls on their Facebook page and on the Twitter, all you go and see Black Panther wear a poise pad because they go wet on your panties is a such a
Oceans in your underwear?
Oceans in your underwear. Floods because
So,
them black
it is-
man so
it's-
lovely and
it's
ting and ting
darker
and
shade of
ting.
black then.
I know. Them girls going in there and one come out and say, down to the woman had she dribble in and ting because that's their preference. And they make that known. That's their preference. But I have a friend who said, I actually prefer my fair-skinned fellas. I like my little high red
Everybody
boys
have
or
their
whatever.
preference.
But nothing is wrong with that.
My preference is
But
just
she didn't
it's
come
female.
out and say
I've had
some
all types of all
derogatory
types.
thing about, I ain't going to see Black Panther because you see them black man. And, no, she didn't say anything derogatory. She stated her preference. She saw it was she said it was a great movie. It was real good and saying she real talk of the woman. She was like, she went and said and she glad just for the woman. The woman, she said the woman alone could make her, she was considering turning. Because the woman was strong.
No, I have to go into the show.
They were strong.
Now I have to go into the show.
She said
I
they
wasn't
were
gonna say it
stronger
before.
than several, like most of the men in our current society. Their mentality.
The movie was amazing. I thought so.
Yeah, I mean, an amazing movie showing something that we don't see anymore. And I think that in this current climate, for statements
This
like that
superhero
to be
movie was
made on
that
the
good, boy?
radio during the drive
For an
time.
insinuation.
Or,
Sorry?
yeah,
That kind of
that
banter.
kind of banter to be happening then, I think that that's very irresponsible. And although I think that in the Loop article, they only spoke about Kwesi, and I think that JJ is equally, he should share responsibility for it equally.
Yeah.
So, I said it to someone. I said, I think it's unfair for all of the blame to drop onto Kwesi's shoulders. I think that JJ should share the responsibility for it equally.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we didn't want to make you leave in an upset.
No,
way.
I'm not upset.
Good. So, but thank
This
you
was
very
this was
much.
a lot of fun.
Great.
This was a lot of fun.
All our guests always say that.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
come, at the end of it, they're shocked. They're like, but this was fun.
Because you
Yeah.
could just
You could just Lego.
Be yourself.
Be yourself.
Just be yourself.
Yeah. This unique do have itself in a bag.
Oh gosh, I'll put it back. But so can I tune into this station?
Yeah.
Like
Via
24 hours?
No.
Just to all you could.
An hour
what
is all
you
they could
do
stand
is-
of us.
What you could do is you could save the
I know
video.
your show is just an hour, but this
radio station.
This station
No.
runs this
No, just a show.
No,
It's
this is
online,
show.
this is
This
online.
is just this
Okay.
show, and we're online.
Yeah.
I think this
But
is
you
awesome.
can go back and watch all
This
the.
is an awesome space.
Go back and
Thanks,
watch
girls.
all
I'll come
the-
back.
We try.
Yes,
Yes,
please,
I think
please.
you should. I'm gonna try to organize that. We're gonna start a mend fences here at Ron Uncut. We're gonna mend some fences.
One down the house, one you do.
One of the two things will happen here.
Well, you know, I'm a yogi. I'm all about peace.
No, she's all about peace, and I'm sure, she's intelligent enough to know how to handle that. Yeah,
It's too
so-
funny.
But it was
That would be
interesting.
very
These past few
interesting.
days, the discourse has been very, very interesting.
I'm very glad that in the past few months, a lot of open discourse of things that we have not been able to discuss openly as a nation has been happening.
Yeah.
And I'm really, it shows that mentally everybody either fed up, fatigued, or just
Evolved.
vexed. But we're ready to move on and stop the sweeping of the dust and sweeping things under carpets and so on that we were doing for a long time. We haven't discussed. I'm really glad.
So thanks for having me.
Yes,
And thank
and
you so much
y'all,
for
I
coming. I
put
really
Isoke's
appreciate it.
information. I pinned it. It's the pinned comment at the top of the video, so y'all could go and check out the Instagram and Facebook page.
So let's thank everyone
Thanks,
for coming.
Angela.
Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll be back here on Tuesday. So don't forget 8 o'clock. You can, and please comments. I want to have a
No, we had a lot
Ask
of.
Louise.
The thing is, we would y'all send some Ask Louise because I keep only getting Ask
Nobody
Louise.
wants to ask Louise nothing.
We keep getting
Really?
y'all in the WhatsApp. So if y'all could put them in the comments here so we could find them and I could ask them and then I can say that you asked them because I'm not going to call out a phone number.
Yeah, exactly.
So stop just sending it in the WhatsApp.
I'm more than just
send them
beauty.
in the
I'm brains too. Come on.
send them in the they send them in the Facebook.
Total package.
Sometimes they treat me like a piece of meat on this
goodness.
show. I am more than just beauty. You take advantage of my brains.
Piece of meat that's raw and uncut.
Yes, run uncut.
Yes, okay.
So bye everyone. See you on Tuesday.